So again, welcome to our October President's Forum. Thanks for taking time out of all of your busy schedules to do this and to touch base with each other and to keep up to date with each other and share some ideas and best practices among our committees, our district committees, and all of our clubs. And we've got some more people joining us. That's great. Uh, our agenda this evening is once again welcome our district foundation, Rotary Foundation Committee Chair, Dave Mosdren. So we'll have Dave update us first about the committee and updates, deadlines, and how the committee can help us in our clubs around the Rotary Foundation. The reason that I asked Dave to join us this evening is that in our Rotary calendar, November is Rotary Foundation Month. So I thought this would be a good time for us to connect with our district foundation committee and be prepared for the month of November. Then after that, I have a few announcements and deadlines to remind everybody about. And then hopefully we'll still have time to talk a little bit about membership attraction and attrition reports. I just learned this morning, so this is hot off the press, and I'll give a live demo if we have time about finding your club specific attraction and attrition reports for membership and how those can be useful. And then in our final time, any questions or announcements for the group. So that's what we hope to get through this evening. And with that, let me introduce Dave. Dave Mosdren is a member of our Rotary Club of Honolulu Sunrise. He's been involved with our District Rotary Foundation Committee for a while now. And this year he stepped up to chair that committee. So thank you, and over to you, Dave.
Thank you, Ted. I appreciate that. Can you folks hear me okay? I had a little bit of audio problems.
You're good.
Great. Fabulous. Fabulous. Well, thank you for joining us today. And you folks have, I'm envious of your position. Are these all president-elects or presidents?
Current presidents.
Current presidents. And I've been president 2 times for my club, 2 different times. And I'll tell you, the one thing that I will tell you that probably is the cat's meow to having a very successful year is to have a great calendar. And that great calendar is going to tell you what you need to have to do at certain times, how much lead time you need to have to plan for things, and you'll know what upcoming events are happening. Without that planning, you're running by the seat of your pants, and you're going to have a real difficult time having a good time with your club because you're going to be running all over the place like a chicken without your head. So please pull out that calendar and look at that calendar. What I'm going to do is kind of show you my screen if I can. Let me share. Okay, and I'm going to show this one. Slideshow. Okay, so I'm responsible for the District 5000 Foundation Committee, and that's everything that deals with TRF, the Rotary Foundation. It doesn't do with anything that deals with the District 5000 Foundation, which is our local foundation. It's all that deals with Rotary. So that includes the Polio Plus, that includes the annual giving, that includes the endowment. So whenever someone says, I want to give money to the Paul Harris Fellow, that goes to the Rotary Foundation. If anybody wants to give money to Polio Plus, that also goes to the Rotary Foundation. If you want to give money to the endowment, that also goes to the Rotary Foundation. That's what the actual foundation is that runs all of these. And you just earmark those funds to those different areas, and then it goes into that bucket. So if we look at dates that are dealing specifically with just the foundation, one of them has already passed, and that's the Global Grant Project Fair. So every one of you folks as presidents have the ability to choose or have your own global grant, that you've got money that's allocated to you folks that can be used for your own global grant, or it can be used to support somebody else's global grant. If you don't use those funds, somebody else will. So my suggestion, and that's one of our goals as the district, as the foundation chairs, is to get as many clubs as possible to use their global grant money. Now, the one issue that comes into play with that is if you've got $300 that's allocated for a global grant, you need to come up with $300 also to match it, plus a 5% service fee. And that's the fee for Rotary to basically monitor and hold the money and do the transactions and everything else. So the global grant fair has occurred, and that basically just shows you what global grants are available. The November 1st date that you see down there is the last date that everybody needs to allocate their funds. And all that simply means is for you to send a note that I want to support the District 5000 West Maui project, or I want to support the Thailand project or the Uganda project, or whatever project, the global grants that are out there. If you haven't already started a global grant, it may be too late for you to do so. So it's the best thing to do right now is to look at the various global grants that are out there and choose one that you'd like to support through your club and just pledge that money. You don't have to come up with that money at this time. It's just a pledge, but eventually they'll ask you for those funds. And that pledge you're making is your promissory your promise that you as the president or the president-elect, because it may go into next year, will fulfill that obligation of making the payment for that global grant. We also have World Polio Day coming up, which is part of on October 24th. So on October 24th, we have World Polio Day, and that is a celebration of us collecting as much funds as possible so that we can have greater impact to eradicating polio in the world. We've been fighting this since the early 80s, and it is something that still is around, and it's not going to go away until we get the last person inoculated, and we have 3 years of no issues. There's a grant qualification workshop, which is on October 26th. And I'm encouraging, well, everybody needs to attend that, because if you don't qualify, you're not going to be able to get district designated funds. So that qualification workshop should be the president should be there and somebody else from your club. So you need to have 2 people at that particular workshop, and that's on October 26th. We talked about global grant commitments, and then the month of November is all Rotary Foundation Month. And that's an opportunity for you to maybe feature a speaker that's going to talk about the foundation at one of your meetings. There's 18 people within our committee, and any one of us can go and speak to your club about their particular area of expertise. And I'd welcome you to go ahead and reach out to any one of us to be able to see if we could either attend via Zoom or attend in person. And a lot of us have already a lot of dates that are already booked. But if you would like to have somebody, if it's not already, if you got any openings in your schedule, I think it'd be a great time to have them as a keynote speaker, or one of us as a keynote speaker for your foundation. Grant qualification docs, your documents that are necessary for grant qualifications are due on January 31st, and then the final grant reports are due on May 31st. I'm putting these out there simply because they come real fast, and you don't want to be in a situation where one day before you're saying, oh, I've got to put all this together, because there's a lot of paperwork on the grant reports. You got to show your check requests, all of the paperwork that goes along with that, and those also have to be submitted to our district for them to log that, put that into the books before the end of the year. So here are the people that are already involved with the district committee, and we're always looking for people that want to be leaders in the district, people that want to step up and be part of the Rotary Foundation. If anybody's interested, we're more than happy to talk to you. These are all of the different areas between District Foundation Committee Chair, which is usually a 3-year term, all the way to the rest of these can just be 1-year terms, but we've got Annual Giving Chair, the Endowment Chair, Polio Plus Chair, District Grant Chairs, and all these are the people that you can reach out to have speak to your club if you so desire. We have Peace Fellowship and Peace Polls that we're responsible for. And Steve Dyer is responsible for the Rotary Alumni Chair. And he's basically going out and finding people that were recipients of maybe a money from Rotary in some way or form, like being sent abroad or a scholarship, and basically having those people come back to Rotary and speak, have speaking engagements, or to see if they want to become a member. And then we have Naomi, who's also our district finance chair. So all of these people play a role in that. When we talk about the committee, there are goals that we set as a committee. One of the goals is to have all of District 5000 Rotary clubs to be set a annual giving and Polio Plus goal. That has been accomplished thanks to Ted and all of you folks for doing that. You've gone in and placed goals. I will say though, some of the goals could be reviewed again and maybe up the ante on some of them to see if you can, if you've already reached it and you set a goal of $100 for your entire club and you're at 1,000, maybe you want to change that goal, and nothing stops you from changing that goal. So go in there and look at that. We don't want to set the goals so small that it's easy to attain. You should be able to go to your members and say, we did this last year, so we're going to try to do 10% more or something of that nature. Anyway, we're going to go through this pretty quickly. We will also want to have 100% of the clubs make a contribution to the annual fund or Polio Plus. So our goal is to get every single club to participate in with some contribution to the annual fund or Polio. And we also want to meet and exceed our annual giving goals for what we set for the entire district, to promote E-Ray, every Rotarian every year. It sounds like a simple thing, but really, if you think about it, whose responsibility is it to give to the Rotary Foundation? It's everybody's responsibility, not just one person. And there are clubs out there that have people that have big, deep pockets and they give well. And then you look at the rest of the membership and 70% of their membership doesn't give anything. Well, the problem with that is they don't have the philosophy that it's everybody's goal. And we're not asking everybody to dig deep. We're asking for everybody to give $25 as a minimum. $25. And you can do that through Rotary Direct, or you could do it as an online. But as presidents, I'd love to have you folks all set a goal to become E-Ray clubs. Every one of your clubs to get 100% of your members to give $25 or more. The per capita giving needs to be $100. That means you're going to have some people that are going to give a lot more, and by per capita, the average being $100, but that person, the individual, only needs to give $25 to have 100% of your members do that. So see if you can set that as a goal. We're also organizing a foundation dinner that's going to be held at each one of the neighbor islands. And that's going to give us a chance to celebrate what we do, as well as what we've accomplished within Rotary for this fiscal year, and also to try to reach that goal or help reach that goal for the endowment fund, which is giving $2.025 billion by the end of 2025. Because the future of Rotary is the endowment. The more we can give to the endowment, that money doesn't get spent, only the interest gets spent. So if that gets bigger and bigger and bigger, we're going to have more and more funds available for us so we don't have to worry about the annual fund. And I'll wrap it up with saying that to have 100% of our clubs in the district qualify to do district designated funds, that is the other goal, is to get 100% of all of you to qualify for district designated funds to provide education and guidance to the various areas of the Rotary Foundation. So we're here as your resource to reach out if you have any questions. If you're foggy about the Rotary Foundation or what it does or how it works, pick our brains. We've done this a while, and most of us have kicked the can down the road and did the same thing that you folks are doing right now and going, I don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me, but it does. But the light doesn't come on right away. Sometimes the light takes 3 or 4 times for it to really come on. And we are also looking for future leaders in the Rotary Foundation Committee. So we look forward to that. And with that, Ted, if I haven't took my time, I'm happy to open up for any questions and answers.
Yeah, Dave, I see Ronnie Margolis has his hand up. Ron?
Hey, Dave, aloha.
Aloha.
Earlier on, you talked about existing global grant projects. And I
Yes.
think what you were alluding to are, let's say our club has some funds allocated for international. There are existing projects we can just plug into and get involved with. Where would I find that list, or is there a link to someplace where I can see what's available within the district?
That should have been sent out to you, but there are right now 4 global grants that I believe that are available. One of them actually is a global grant that's being in Uganda, but it's right now, I don't think it's been taken over locally. It's still being handled by somebody outside of our district, but it doesn't mean we can't support it. We do try to support global grants that are initiated in our district. The other one, which is near and dear to us, is helping West Maui. This is the first time that we are doing a global grant where the recipient is not in another foreign country. It is here in Hawaii. So we're asking clubs to also support that. Without your help, though, these global grants don't get completed, so everybody needs help. So you can also split your funds. If you've got, let's say, $1,000 that's available for global grants, you can say 500 goes to this and 500 goes to that. So you can go ahead and split that. I don't have the list of all of the global grants in front of me. I can send those out and make sure that that's sent out to everybody who's president here tonight, and I'll send it to all the presidents. But one is Thailand. That's a medical project. One is Uganda. One is the West Maui. And I know that Sunset has one in Nepal. And if anybody else can refresh my mind, I think there's another one in Sunset that is a water project.
Thanks, Dave.
Any other questions?
Well, Dave, just before you move on, if I can just add a little more about the West Maui project, since we of course have plenty of needs right here in Hawaii, particularly in West Maui. I would like to ask if each of our clubs could allocate $100 to support that global grant so that we're all participating and helping our fellow Rotarians on Maui. And besides just the monetary donations, we're working with a partner called Tree Covery, and we hope to put together at least one work day in the spring, probably. And there might be other service opportunities that we can do besides working with Tree Covery. But for sure, Tree Covery would be our partner in growing these trees for replanting. And we hope to go over and have a repotting day for more than one day. And there are plenty of other needs on Maui that we could maybe organize some other service opportunities for us. So if you could please consider and ask your club members, could you support that West Maui tree replanting global grant with at least $100? And I see Kara has her hand up. Kara?
Yes, thank you. I just wanted to clarify about the global grants. Okay. The matching. If we were not to match, we have I think $2,500. If we don't match it, can we just put that money back to the district and then this is where I get confused every time. What happens if you don't match a grant?
It actually becomes available for someone else to take it and they can match it. But they still give you that first priority to go ahead and use those funds. And if you don't, then the balance can be used or picked up by another club.
So do I allocate it to another club or does it go to a district total?
Well, if you're not going to do the match, whatever you do, if you want to do a portion of the match, you can do that. But if there's any balance, that's going to be up for grabs, and the club would not get any credit for that. Your club would not get credit for that. It would just be open dollars that's available for somebody else to match, and that could then be used by them and for supporting their global grant or the global grant of their choice.
Okay. I just wanted to get that clarified. Okay. So thank you so much.
Sure, Kara. Thank you.
Good question.
It is a good question.
Other questions regarding Rotary Foundation?
Ted,
Great.
I don't have a question, but I did notice a few presidents got on after Dave spoke about the meeting that's coming up and the president need to be there and another person for the foundation grants. So if he could
Sure.
maybe go over that again, so those that I saw just got on would know about that. Thank you,
Sure.
Ted and Dave.
October 26th, I think it's a Saturday, and that is just coming up around the corner, and that is the qualification workshop. So it basically requires you folks to come in, hear about it, know that you have a president there as well as somebody else. It could be your foundation chair, it could be anybody else. It doesn't have to be some specific individual, but at least 2 members within your club need to be allocated for that class, and you'll need to sign certain paperwork, a memorandum, knowledge about how your funds are allocated into a specific grants account, and that matching funds are all in that grants account. So there's a list of things that I could go on to, but it'd be best to attend the class, because without attending that class, you wouldn't qualify.
Has an email been sent out with all the information to attend the class? It's a Zoom class, correct?
Yes,
Yes.
Okay,
it should have, and
Okay.
I remember
Okay.
seeing it, but check your calendar and check D5000 for
Okay.
calendar dates.
And just so you know, this is not us making up busy work for people. This is
Yes.
a requirement that comes to us from the Rotary Foundation. So we have to do this in order to comply.
And when he says Rotary Foundation, he means RI, not me. Rotary International requires that in order for us to be able to, them to release the grant funds.
I
Ted,
see Marianne. Uh-huh.
uh, I think an email from the foundation committee or the grants committee should be sent out, because if you go to the district website and you scroll down to the calendar on the left, okay, it says October 26th grants qualification, but the time is 5:30 to 6:30 p.m.
Whoops.
Yeah. I saw that and I freaked out.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I contacted somebody on the foundation committee and they said it was at 9 a.m.
Yeah.
Saturday.
9 to 10.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Dave, if you can please follow up to get
I
that,
will. I
to
will.
get a communication out to everybody.
Sure will.
Kara, I see your hand still up. Did you have something else?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to remove that now.
No problem. No problem. Anybody else? Questions, comments on Rotary Foundation?
Well, it's great to see so many familiar faces, and several of you have already been presidents before, I know. So thank you for stepping in again. Calvin, good to see you. Thanks for joining.
Yeah. Thank you, Dave.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you. So I do have a few announcements, deadlines to go over with everybody, just to make sure that we've all seen and heard these. I did several days ago send out an urgent communication, both in email and in our WhatsApp group, about registering your club Facebook page. Hopefully you saw that and somebody in your club has taken action on that. I've seen and heard for quite a few months now, all over the world, different club and district Facebook pages have been taken down by Meta. And I think it's Meta's AI has run amok. But apparently they've come up with a solution to prevent this from happening. And that is for us to do this registration through Rotary International so that our club pages get put on a whitelist in Facebook so that they don't take them down automatically. And those clubs that did have them taken down and districts that had them taken down, once they're taken down, they're almost impossible to get back. You have to start from scratch. So if you haven't taken action, you need to make that a priority. Want to remind everybody, yeah, I'm sorry, Alenka.
Ted, I went ahead, and took action, but it said to put the email of our Facebook, whatever moderator. Will they send a confirmation to them? Cause
I
we know that,
don't
we know
believe
that
they
it took
do.
place.
Yeah, I don't think they do because I submitted it for my club. I did not get any.
Ah, okay.
confirmation.
So I'm just hoping that it went through.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Next on my list is district governor applications. You'll recall from a month or so ago, I communicated with everybody that our district governor selection process was kicking off. Each club has the ability to nominate one person to be the district governor in 2027, 28. So if any of you are past presidents or you have a past president that you want to nominate in your club, reminder that they need to be nominated and get their application paperwork in by November 4th. And the selection interviews for the district governor will happen in person on November 9th. So district governor reminder. Also, a reminder on our district conference, it's May 30th to June 1st, 2025. And it's at the Ala Moana Hotel in Honolulu. Our district conference team, our committee has been working hard on this and putting together some great preliminary program plans and putting together some speakers. The best time to register for our district conference is now because the price will continue to increase between now and next May. We hope we have a good variety of activities that will be of interest and fun and inspiration for everyone. On Friday evening, we'll have a wishes ceremony that's sort of like our Ho'okipu ceremony from a few years ago. And we will be asking each club to use its creativity in creating this crown of wishes. So I think we'll find that inspiring and also have some fun with it, sort of like high school graduation crown of wishes. We have some inspiring and entertaining keynote speakers who will be coming in from outside of Hawaii. So on Saturday morning, we'll have Evan Burrell, who's coming all the way from Australia. Evan has an entertaining way of presenting, but also a serious message about our public image and our membership. At lunchtime, our keynote speaker will be Greg Pod. Greg is the trustee of the Rotary Foundation who represents our zones 26 and 27. He's coming in from Colorado. On Saturday evening, we'll have a special president's representative. I'm not supposed to announce who that is because it never gets finalized until the last minute. But it's on the schedule of Tom Gump, who is the current aide for our Rotary International president, Stephanie. So unless the rug gets pulled out from under, we'll have Tom on Saturday evening. And on Sunday brunch, our speaker will be Jean Irwin Hatfield. Jean was a former ambassadorial scholar and has had a long career in teaching deaf children. She has a very inspiring story to tell, but she also has this wonderful sense of humor in the way that she tells her story. So I think we'll all get some information, some inspiration, and some entertainment out of that. In between, we'll also continue what we started last year with our TED Talks, sharing our own people of action stories and highlighting the impact that our clubs have had over the course of the year and sharing with each other what we did, why we did it, what was the impact that we had. We'll also work together on 1 or 2 service projects. One of those will pretty much be tossing Genki balls into the Alawai Canal. We'll have a polio walk. We'll have an illusions disco and a lounge. So a wide variety of activities. So please encourage your club members to sign up now and to put it on their calendar for May 30th to June 1st, 2025. Right alongside that, the Rotary International Convention happens later in June in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. For this, you just want to giddy up and go because it's cowboy country there. Nancy will be there with her spurs on. And this is an opportunity to see and hear the impact of Rotary all around the world. I heard just a few days ago that 20,000 people have now signed up for the Calgary Convention, which is wonderful. And if you have not yet been to one, if you can find a way to make it happen, it's a very valuable and worthwhile investment of your vacation time, your travel money, and your time. And yeah, Nancy,
Can I
yeah.
speak up on that?
Yeah,
I'm not in charge of the international this year, but last year, if you wanted to sign up immediately, because even if you change your mind, I think it's only a $50 cost to decline later on, and the price keeps going up much more than that over time. But also our housing block, Benson has a hotel for us that all the people in Hawaii that want to be together. We're getting really good discounted rates through Rotary International, but that he has to send in the reservation for however many rooms he's going to get. I think it's at the end of this month, Halloween, October 31st. So get onto that ASAP, because you're committed to at least 2 nights of the rate if you were to cancel. But last year, several people had to cancel, but I immediately had people that wanted to fill in. And then you get to where you can't get it. And the room rates, if you're just renting a room on your own, is typically much higher. So get signed up and get your room signed up. Okay. Take care.
Yeah.
Thank you. Sorry.
Yeah, thank you, Nancy. Thanks for bringing that up. And I am told that we will have a Hawai'i booth in the House of Friendship in Calgary. We're not allowed to yet promote our 2027 convention specifically, but we are allowed to promote Hawaii as a place to visit and help educate people about Hawaii as a prelude to the following year, where we will be trying to get people to register for our Honolulu International Convention. So we'll also need plenty of people to help staff that booth. So if you can find a way to get to Calgary, please do, and please sign up for that. That you can get to also through our district website, or you can go directly to convention.rotary.org and get registered for that. Our 2027 Rotary International Convention, just FYI, is obviously still on the schedule, and a team of people from Rotary International headquarters in Evanston will be coming here in December to really do the next wave of planning for that convention. And then in January, our Rotary International President nominee, Sang-Koo from South Korea, will also be coming to Honolulu to visit the site for the convention, because he will be our Rotary International President that year. So that's moving forward as well. Jay?
Excuse me. the housing, we sign up, how do we sign up for that?
The housing, you'll sign up on our district website.
All right, I'll take care of that.
And then the other thing, Rotary every year offers what's called the Service Above Self Award. Each district governor is allowed to nominate one person for the award. So if you have anybody in your club that you would like to nominate to receive the Rotary International Service Above Self Award for exemplary service, we do need your nomination this week, like by Friday, because that has to go in at the end of the month. So we do have a few nominees already in place, but want to give you the opportunity if there's anybody else you would like to nominate for our. So those were some quick announcements and deadlines from me. Vern, I see your hand raised.
Yeah, on that Service Above Self Award, the PDF form won't let you spread out the text, so it's hard to read.
Oh,
So I set a separate bio with my nomination.
6:30.
okay.
I don't know if you heard me, somebody's talking.
Yeah, I think I just muted them.
Okay.
So you sent a separate form because there was difficulty filling out the PDF.
That's correct. Yeah,
Okay.
it wouldn't spread the text.
Yeah,
I
thank
don't know
you.
if anybody else had that problem.
Good. Yeah, thanks for bringing that up. Okay, any other questions, comments on any announcements, upcoming deadlines? Let's try to do a quick demo. I learned earlier today that we now have access through Club Runner to our club attraction and attrition data. And as you've all heard me talk, or you're going to hear me talk as I come around to do the official visit at your club meeting, of course, membership is one of our campaigns, one of the things that we need to keep front of mind. And this is some data to help us do that. So let me share my screen. What am I not getting? Here we go. Okay. So I'm going to come through the district report, but it works the same way if you're coming in for your club report. So if I was doing this for my club, I would go to, this is the way I log into Club Runner. You may go in and log in a different way. But I find it's easiest for me if I just go to my club homepage. In this case, I'm using the district, and I click on member area in the upper right. And this is new functionality available to us through Club Runner. And we're going to go then in this navigation bar at the top over to where it says reports. And then you're going to look at the secondary navigation bar that pops up here. And you're going to go all the way to the end where it says membership action plan. And then it's going to give you this warning that you are about to leave Club Runner. This data, this system is actually outside of Club Runner, but it's integrated so that you can go there directly from Club Runner. So I'm going to click on continue to membership action plan. And it's going to bring up this dashboard to me about membership action plan. There's a whole lot of useful data here from surveys, year-to-date goal progress, etc. But I'm not going to demo all of that this evening, but I want to show you, if you click on membership goal, then it's going to bring up a screen with this pop-up that you're going to want to say, okay. And then you're going to see a button here that says download worksheet. So, and if you're a district officer, you're also able to download all worksheets. So I'm able to see these for all of you. But let me just do, this should pull down my club just to show you an example. And it's not necessarily the best example we have in the district, but it's an example. So in my case, I'm on a Mac and I have an automatic pop-up blocker. I discovered that you have to allow pop-ups in order to see the report. So I go up here to allow pop-ups, and then it gives me this report. And these are reports to help us in kind of re-looking at our membership goals. Hopefully all of our clubs have a membership goal already in Rotary Club Central. And as I've come around and visited with a lot of our clubs, you've heard me talk about one, we need to attract new members, but secondly, we need to engage our existing members. And one of the reasons we want to engage our existing members is those are people that if they're disengaging, they may leave our club. And if they leave our club, they are what we consider attrition. And sometimes there's attrition for people die, people move away. Attrition can also be somebody has something negative in their club experience and they just drop out of our club. So each club has access to the report for your club with your data that shows, based on a 3-year average, what is your annual attrition rate. And some clubs will be in this kind of 5 to 10% range. Some clubs will be 20%, 20 to 25% even. So each club is different. Each club has a different attrition rate, but that's on average how many or what percentage of your club members have left, looking at the past 3 years of data. The annual attraction rate then is looking at how many new members on a percentage basis did your club bring in on average over the last 3 years. Now, of course, to grow, our attraction rate needs to be higher than our attrition rate. In this case, our attrition rate is slightly higher than our attraction rate. So that's an area of concern that those numbers need to be flipped around. And then there's the detailed data down below on the report of your membership history, what the starting membership is for this year, your current membership, I believe that's as of October 1st. And then you can use this as a worksheet to think through, do we have the right kind of goal in place? If you set a goal to add 2 new members to your club, but your attrition rate is 10%, and that's 2 members in your club on average that leave, that means we need a membership plan to attract 4 members, not just 2, because we've got to replace our attrition as well as bring in members to grow our clubs. Now, I've also shared with most of you that these membership numbers, I put them out there as targets we need to look at, think about, but it's not just that we need to hit a number. These numbers are indicators of the health and vibrancy of our clubs. So if we have a large attrition rate, that says to me, maybe we didn't qualify members, maybe we didn't set the right expectations with them, maybe we didn't have the best onboarding process with them. that there was some mismatch in expectations between some of the members that came in and they didn't stick around with us. If you have a healthy, vibrant club, members are feeling engaged, they're having that irresistible club experience that we've talked about, of feeling welcome, included, listened to, that they have meaningful service projects to work on, that they have confidence in their club leadership, then likely your club is naturally going to have membership growth. And we have many clubs across our district who are in that category. They're just active, busy, project focused, people are engaged, they're having fun, and they're bringing in new members, and they're having, in some cases, membership development activities. So those are some good clubs for us to understand their best practices and for us to see, are there ideas of things and ways they're doing things that would help all of our clubs. But this is all the data to kind of help you go through and understand how many people, what percentage do we normally lose? What's our goal for the year? Do we have a high enough goal to backfill that attrition and to also attract new members into our club so that we have growth at the end of this year? So let me stop sharing and see if there are, if you have any questions or comments on any of that. And like I say, this is hot off the press. I just learned this morning. It's brand new in Club Runner. Wow, I must be clear, pretty clear in doing my demos. Make sense to everybody? Okay, super. Well, that's wonderful because that gives us time then. Let me ask, we've also had discussions in our club visits, and some of you still have that to do, but talking about satellite clubs and thinking of innovative, creative ways that we can get other people involved in our Rotary family, maybe by creating a satellite of our parent club. And that satellite might be just because people want to meet at a different day and time than our parent club does. Or it could be that it's a group of people that want to focus on a particular cause. And I've heard some innovative ideas already being discussed by some of our clubs. Is anybody online that would want to share an idea that your club is exploring with regard to a satellite?
So sorry, I'm actually walking my dog right now, so I don't have the screen where I can put my hand up. So it's okay if I
That's
just jump
fine.
in?
Yeah, thanks, Chelsea.
Yeah, well, and actually we have 2 satellite clubs in the Rotary Club of Hilo.
Yeah.
We have the Eco Satellite Club, which was started, I believe, during Connie's presidency year, which was, I believe, 2022 to 20. Was it, Beverly, was it 21 to 22 or 22 to 23? I can't remember.
22 to 23, 22 to
Okay.
23.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Dates are getting crazy these days. Anyway, so we had that going for a couple of years. And then because how well that club, that satellite club was doing, we recently just also started to also support the Pahoa Rotary Club that was disbanded. We started the military satellite Rotary Club, which is amazing new members. They are so full of energy, great ideas, and they're going to be really impactful this holiday season. We've got veteran dinners that we're going to do. We're going to adopt family, or they're going to adopt families. They're going to go into the veteran senior homes and do some Christmas caroling, and just really make a huge impact this holiday season. And we're really also pushing to get the Eco Club to a higher membership level so that we can do even better things with that satellite club as well. So we have a couple. They've been tremendous for the club.
Yeah, thank you, Chelsea, for sharing that. Claudia, I know Benson is talking about one for your club. Would you want to comment on that by chance?
We're floating around several ideas. One is a club for crafters, people who like to sew or make things. And then we're also thinking about perhaps people that like to dance or like to move and groove, dancing to all kinds of different music. So we've got several ideas floating.
And
So
I
the
heard,
dance one could be line dancing, could be hula, could be, you know, just all types of forms of movement to music. So.
yeah. Yeah, so they can also be interest-based, not just cause-based, but it could be interest-based. And people have a common interest and they want to use that common interest to do some Rotary service in their community. And I believe Claudia Benson's also talking about a satellite club for Native Hawaiians.
You know, he's so involved in our community regarding that. But the other satellite club is to keep the involvement with our Marshallese Micronesian population that we're doing the water truck for.
Mm-hmm.
So we're thinking about it. So that's what I mean. There's so many ideas and so many opportunities, but you know, we don't want to spread ourselves too thin.
Yeah, maybe focus on one or two.
You know that in Rotary, leadership could be a fleeting thing. I mean, you have your people that are diehard, the lifers, but a lot of times they're there. They don't always want to take leadership roles. So I think with satellite clubs, it's an opportunity to get people that have a particular interest or a passion, and perhaps they can take the lead on that if they're not already involved, you know, with our boards or our directors or with our district. You know how it is. You know how it is.
Yeah. Anybody else online that would like to share any satellite ideas that your club is exploring? I see Kara's hand.
So we're thinking about putting a bunco group together and with donations every time we play, and then we find a cause to donate our monies to.
Yeah, so another interest-based around.
Yeah, interest-based.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I don't see Stephen online from the Metropolitan Honolulu Club, but I know that they are exploring an innovative idea to create a satellite club aboard a Navy ship. So that'll be interesting to see how that plays out. So I want to continue to encourage everybody to be innovative, think outside the box. If you can think of a group of people that they share our Rotary values, maybe they want to meet at a different day or time, or they want to focus on a particular cause, or they have a similar set of interests. Think about exploring, could they be a satellite club of your club as the parent club? They are members of your club. They do pay Rotary International and district dues. It's between you and them if they pay club dues. I would normally recommend don't charge them club dues because they're going to operate mostly autonomously. But hopefully the parent club and the satellite club do collaborate on some projects and activities. But it's up to them to decide when they want to meet, how often they want to meet, what projects they want to work on. So thank you for all of those creative ideas. And in our last couple minutes, Nancy, anything you would like to say about getting president-elects in place in all of our clubs and the training for them.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, I would absolutely encourage anyone who would be interested in continuing in a lifetime of service to put your name up, you know, or yourself, because you've already been a president by the time you would be able to. I think you can be it as long as you're a president now. You have to have been a president to be become a district governor. So or look around in your club and foster those people that would be good leaders. And you can be from any island. Oahu's okay too, even though we've had a few, Ted, myself, Vincent. But you know, we'd great to have them from all over and with the different ideas. You get a lot of training. You get to see a lot of things, and absolutely attend your district conference and your international conventions. They are amazingly wonderful.
Yeah.
So,
Nancy,
yep.
I was also asking about president-elect training. Would you want to say anything?
Oh, okay. Well, my president-elects are rapidly trying to get ready to become you, and we're going to be going to Pets in February, Southwest Pets and stuff. So, but you guys are already the presidents, and if you know who your president-elects are, so absolutely lend them a hand, because we're going to need you to help them figure out sooner all the things that were confusing to you. If they were confusing to you, they will be to your president-elect. So help them with that. And right now, this coming month, most of your bylaws are going to require that you come up with their slate for their 25, 26 Rotary Board of Directors and the president-elect for 26, 27. So you need to definitely look at your nominees for that slate. So definitely get on that ASAP. Thank you.
Thank you. We need to wrap up, but anybody have any final announcements, things that you'd like to share or ask others in the group?
Ted, can I just, you mentioned that not charging the dues for the satellite club. Could you expound on that a little bit more? Because I thought they were members of the original club, so they pay their dues with the original club.
They are members of the parent club.
Okay.
And they are, by Rotary policy, required to pay Rotary International dues and to pay district dues. It's up to the parent club and the satellite club to decide whether they're going to pay club dues.
Gotcha.
So if your club wants them to pay club dues, they can pay club dues. But I would also encourage parent clubs to think about maybe waiving club dues for the satellite club members, because they are going to operate more autonomously. But that's up to you guys to decide.
Okay.
Does
Thank
that help?
Ted.
Super. Well, we have run out of time. Thank you again for your time and attention this evening. And thank you so much for your leadership of your clubs. I've been having a wonderful time coming around doing the official visits with all of you. Some are still to come in the next few weeks, and I look forward to those as well. So thank you and aloha.
Aloha.